Happy weekend, everyone. It's the NBA on Saturday night, presented to you live on 2K Sports. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler. This is Brian Anderson, and we'll have Ale LaForce reporting for us. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaking out. You take a look at Toronto, right now, 5th in the division, right in the middle. And, of course, Charlotte, they are struggling down to the bottom of their conference. So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. The perimeter filled up by Barrett and Ingram. Barnes is the 4 with Pirtle in the middle. And it's Quickly in at the 1. And for Charlotte, Ball and Miller at the 1 and the 2. Miles Bridges is out there with Knipple. So Toronto will get the first possession. Outside Barnes. Here's Barrett. Outside for Ingram. Picked by Pirtle. Lets it fly. Gets a very good look and converts.
And coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
And that begins what should be a terrific battle between these teams.
And going back to high school in North Carolina, 4 state championships for Brandon Ingram, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, he made a name for himself early as the #2 pick in 2016. He was an all-star and then most improved in 2020. The question is, can he get back to winning at the highest level?
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
You gotta respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him.
Now here's Barnes. 15 in his last outing. Good chance here for Ingram. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Here's Ball. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Six to shoot. And Ball throws it down.
Wow, did I just see that? I mean, LaMelo with the artful dribble.
Right side Ingram. Great start so far, 3 of 3 in this one.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
From about 16, the rebound by Bridges. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Over Ingram. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist by Barnes.
And when you start out shooting 80% or better as a team, you start to feel yourself a little bit, and that feeling is good.
Here's Ball. Rebound Toronto.
Okay, getting a little creative with the crossover. Unfortunately, he couldn't capitalize.
And the three-pointer goes.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Ball. Count that bucket. Ball's got 7.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Pass to Pirtle.
Hornets foul. Knipple. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Barrett. He's been contributing over 15 a game. Here's Ball.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Barnes with the rebound. Raptors lead by 4. And Miles Bridges is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's Quickly. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, you see all of that athleticism right there by Ingram. He can be such a force when he catches it that deep.
And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. And here's a look at some numbers for Colin Sexton.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. and it's been fun to watch.
Plumlee's checked in for Charlotte. And Ball gets it to go.
What a gentle shot by Ball. Not overpowering with his release.
Outside Barnes. Pass to Ingram. And there's Toronto with another bucket.
And another bucket for him. What a quarter he has had.
Here's Miller, takes it inside, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
Here's Knipple. That one is off. Some solid defense from Ingram. Raptors lead by 4. Pass to Pirtle. Outside Ingram. Picked by Pirtle. Down low. Kicks it out to Barrett. 5 on the clock. Pirtle with the bucket. Pirtle's got his second basket on the night.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter right there. That's where Pirtle wants to operate. Right there in the paint in front of the rim.
Slam dunk by Plumlee.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Ingram up top. 10 points for him. And there it is for him. Ingram's got 12 points.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Ball taking his time here. Oh, and he nails it from the high post.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
A big-time effort for Brandon Ingram, providing a lot of energy for the Raptors. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
So for Toronto right now, they've got Dick, and it's Murray Boyles in at the 4 slot. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, BA, the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras could start to help, because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment. Yeah, excellent contest from Miller, wanting to alter as many shots as he can.
Ball passes to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in for Plumlee. Williams comes in for Bridges. James is checked in for Miller. And it's Colin Sexton in for LaMelo Ball. Here's Murray Boyles. Off target from three-point range. And so Sexton will bring it up for Charlotte. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. There's the screen. There's the drive. Boom! He jams it straight down.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And some changes here for the Raptors. Ingram's checked in for Battle. Barrett comes in for Dick. And Emmanuel quickly subbed in for Shed. Barrett with it. Green picks him up. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, R.J. Barrett right there playing with an edge. I want to see more of that from him.
Here's Sexton. His last outing, he had 24 points.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
Barrett up top, checked by James. And here's Ingram outside. Hornets with the rebound. The last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
And in their last game against this club, turnovers really were a problem for them.
Well, they have to stay aggressive, but protecting the basketball is at the top of the whiteboard. There's a balance.
Just a flashy move by Sexton, speeding past the defense and slamming it home.
And you look at Colin Sexton, puts points on the board, Grant, and does it efficiently.
Well, B.A., unfortunately, he gives some of that back on the other end of the floor. But there's always a place in this league for guys who can fill it up.
6 on the shot clock. That puts him in the lead. Murray Boyles has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Sexton against Quickly.
2 minutes remaining in that. 2 minutes.
Now, here is James. Still without a bucket. Sexton against Quickly. And it's Sexton on the take.
The nimbleness of Sexton on the drive makes him tough to stop. He can just squeeze right past you.
Quickly against Sexton. With the floater. Got a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And the Raptors making a change here.
Scotty Barnes.
And so here is Toronto. Hurdle. Sexton grabs the board. James with the ball. Now guarded by Barrett. Sexton passes to James. Outside, Green. James against Barrett. Clock at 6. And that one's good. James.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Outside Ingram. All sorts of time. The shot that time not on target.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
And timeout called by Charles Lee. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And with this pause, let's take a look at the teams that have generated the most offense on the break this season. Charlotte in 5th.
When it comes to transition play, this team outperforms most others. They've got a lot of speedy players, and they use them well.
A new lineup here for Charlotte.
One more cheer for your little Stinger.
Here's Knipple. No points yet. No good on the quick 3.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Offensive rebound. For 3, Barrett. That one misses. He's 1 for 3.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open 3.
Ball with it. He's got 11. LaMelo work it inside.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Now here's Ingram. He's covered closely. Over Knipple. Here's Pirtle. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. Pirtle's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
Nothing will drive your coach crazier than what you just saw. Lack of focus, lack of effort.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Hornets leading by 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome, folks. It's halftime, and the Charlotte Hornets are in the midst of a very close game.
This bench, they've been destructive. High energy, attacking like torpedoes.
Rising from the depths, 20,000 points from under the sea.
I see where you're going, but check this out. Making big waves out there, Ernie.
Ooh, well done. All right, fellas, time now to take a look at these early season standings in the East.
Taking a look here now at the Hornets, they knew they'd be in for a rough start. The question is, do they have the tools to turn it around? The front office will tell you yes, but they're the ones who assembled the team.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
After a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
So it's the Hornets now. 3-point lead. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game of the Nets. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Ball and Miller at the 1 and the 2. Knipple out there with Miles Bridges. So that's who Charles Lee starts in the second half. Here's Miller. Whoa!
Oh,
my goodness! What a finish with a reverse dunk.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Inside, it's tipped. It's stolen by Barnes. Puts up a 3. The offensive rebound. And here's Ingram outside. Good! Now 7 for 11 on the night.
Yeah, I like the fact that Ingram didn't hesitate right there. Very decisive. He saw the shot, and he did not waste any time.
Back to Ball. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. LaMelo sending it.
Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, that's an explosive move right there, and it was perfectly timed.
A true playmaker. When Ball isn't creating for himself, he's creating for others.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Left side Ingram. And he comes up with a bucket. Ingram's got 5 points now in the quarter. There are some big-time players in this league. But who do you think the most clutch players have been over the past decade, Legs?
When you look at these resumes, I think you go with the big 3, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. But, of course, Giannis dropping 50 in a finals performance wasn't bad either.
And I'll throw in the Joker in there as well.
Love it.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Oh, my. Their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
Yeah, physically they are being overwhelmed in the paint right now. That can be hard to fix because it's a personnel issue.
Miller against Barrett. Shot clock at 5. Hurdle with a screen on Bridges. And they get it back. Ingram, the pass to Quickly. Now here's Pirtle. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ingram. He got a piece of it. Ball left side. Here's the pick. That's a strong finish from Ball.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Raptors trail by 8, and so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court. 2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. Pass to Pirtle. Back to Quickly. Toronto passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Barnes passes to Pirtle. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
Assist from
Barnes has got his 4th assist with that last one.
Yeah, well, if you're looking for a pick-and-roll partner, Pirtle is a good man to call on.
You know, Tim, both of Jakob Pirtle's parents played volleyball for the Austrian national team.
Yeah, he comes from an athletic family, and he certainly has a lot of agility for his size. And I think, BA, in today's game, you need your big men to be able to move their feet.
Here's Quickly. It's Barnes on the wing. No good on the triple. Charlotte leading by 8. Green with the ball. Picked up by Dick. Pass to Diabate. Now James. Here's Sexton. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Here's Barrett. And he banks in the layup. Barrett's gotten his second bucket.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
Outside, Green. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Williams a screen on quickly. Sexton passes to Williams. Outside for Green. Drills it from deep. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, their inside-outside game, very effective. That was a great pass.
Here's Barrett. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Hornets out in front, up 9. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
What a find. These are the kind of plays we've come to expect from him.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Brandon Ingram and it's Shed in at the point guard position.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team, and Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen anymore, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Some changes for Charlotte.
Give it up for your dancing machine mascot.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. And Knipple gets a 3. And the Hornets lead by 9.
Bang, bang, as they say. Knipple with a quick release off the catch.
Outside Ingram. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Ingram's got 20.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Dick against Bridges. Dick, the pass to Ingram. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets leading by 6. Here's Ball. Some solid defense from Ingram.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Pirtle's checked in for Toronto. Dick with a miss. Raptors trail by 6. And here's Ingram outside, hits the trifecta. Ingram's got 6 here in the quarter.
If Ingram gets a good look from out there, he will not hesitate.
Ball with it. He's picked up by Pirtle. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Phenomenal focus by Ball.
Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
Outside Ingram. Six on the shot clock. Oh, it doesn't go.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Ball outside. The shot is money.
And I love how Ball will fight for it, getting around that inside physicality.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle.
Heading to the portal. It's your Swan Squad. Let's go.
Outside Ingram. Now Pirtle. Banks it home. Big shot.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
He is in attack mode every time up the floor, every single night.
He only almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Raptors trail by 7. Ingram deciding where to go with it. It's deflected, and they'll get another chance. Barnes a screen. Quickly! Up again! And he grabs the board and finishes it off.
Well, that was a big spot, and Pirtle was not afraid of the moment.
Outside Miller. Now Bridges. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges.
Well, that is the definition of an unforced error. Very unfortunate, and the coach is going to have something to say about that.
Minute 32 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Barrett outside. Pirtle with a screen on Miller. Here's Pirtle. Blocked! And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Quickly outside. Clock at 2. Oh, the long ball, no good. Hornets leading by 5. A minute 4 left in the fourth. Quickly against Ball. Takes the shot. Barrett with a rebound. Toronto's gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Pirtle outside. Quickly outside. Puts up a deep 3. Shot's no good. And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
And if you get a chance to build your lead at the free throw line, you've got to take it.
The Raptors call time here. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Barrett against Miller. It's in!
R.J. Barrett.
And an intentional foul right there.
Third personal foul.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, anything they do at this point is going to be futile. Too little, too late.
Charlotte winning this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
And that about wraps it up. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.